Good morning and welcome. Closers Cafe, Friday morning, December 12th. Can't believe we're under 2 weeks away from Christmas. Hard to believe. Today, I want to give you the treasure map to finding and closing more deals in your market. We're going to do a demo. We'll make it as interactive as possible. I would love audience participation. That would be super helpful. And it's going to be relatively short and sweet. I've got a strategy call with one of our Founders Club members with LeadDeck.ai to help him build out his one-page plan for 2026. Before we get into the topic at hand, your treasure map to finding and closing more deals in your market, I want to talk about something that I think will help all of you in many ways in your business if you want to make 2026 better than 2025. Good morning to you, Spencer. Thanks. I appreciate you. When your business is built around talking to people that actually want and need to talk to you, want and need your help, three things happen. Your call reluctance goes down. Now, could be call, text, email. Your reluctance to do the work goes down. Number two, when you're talking to people that actually want and need to talk to you, want and need your help. Number two, you become more effective faster. In other words, you get more reps more quickly, and you get better at communicating effectively your value, asking good questions, and determining, can I help this person, how and when? Number three thing that happens is your confidence goes up because your competence goes up. In other words, you get better at communicating, which increases your competence, therefore increasing your confidence. Therefore, it creates this wonderful positive feedback loop. How do I know this to be true? I have personally experienced this over the last few months. I've been in this business for a very, very long time. And I've gone down many different paths. And I have been focused on talking to people that actually want and need my help. Those two big buckets, if you're wondering, those two big buckets are the investors that are actively looking and buying deals in your market. Every one of you have investors that are buying deals in your market. And number two, people that have already decided to sell, or there is some condition happening where they need to sell. So those are the two big buckets. When you focus your business on those buckets, they want to talk to you. They need to talk to you. Therefore, you get more opportunities to communicate. The more opportunities you get, the more reps you get, the better you get. That's at everything. You get better the more reps you have. Then you get more effective and efficient. Then it increases your confidence, and it's this wonderful feedback loop. I'm at a point now where I can confidently and competently talk to anybody. I'm like, I'll call, text, email anyone. I have zero reluctance to that. 6, 8, 9 months ago, I might be able to say that that was true, but now that's really, really true in reality. So again, when you build your real estate business around talking to people that actually want and need to talk to you, your call, text, email, your communication reluctance will go down. You'll have less resistance to doing the work that actually creates the result. You'll get better faster because you'll have more reps. And therefore you'll increase your competence and your confidence. And it's this wonderful loop. Tying that together with today's topic, how do we find those people in your market? And specifically, where do we find the target areas in your market where the opportunity is greatest? That's what we're going to pivot to and spend the rest of the time this morning on. I am going to demonstrate using the tool that we have built over the past few months to make what I just described exponentially easier for those who are interested. In other words, we built this to give you an easy button to communicate with the people that want and need to talk to you. If you have not already done so, you can and should go get your free account at leaddeck.ai. You can also scan the QR code. It's scrolling across the bottom. I'm trying to make it as obvious as possible. Lead Deck is the simplest way for real estate agents to find off-market opportunities fast. You can build targeted motivated seller and cash buyer lists, also other investor buyer types, in seconds, skip trace them, and start conversations right away. Start conversations right away. That's the big takeaway. So I'm going to demo how quickly and easily you can create a free account. Then I will show you where to get started. And then specifically for those of you who you're more analytical and you want to get into the weeds and into the numbers and you want to have more certainty that the work you're doing is going to yield your results, I'll show you how to build your own or find your own little treasure map to more deals in your market. First thing we're going to do, create free account. You can do this on your phone, your tablet, or right on your laptop. I'm going to create another new free account. So we've got to put in email. We've got to choose a password. We've got to enter our name. And we're going to enter our favorite zip code for real estate. This zip code will determine the 20 leads that you immediately are gifted, and you could literally create your account and just get to work. Just get to work having conversations with people that actually want and need your help and want and need to talk to you. I'm going to put in, what am I going to put in here? I'm not going to put in my zip code because I've created lots of accounts with my zip code. I'm going to put in this zip code, 17036. I've got a property, a short sale that just was bank approved in that zip code. So I'm going to use that one. Create my free account. And within seconds, we're building your account and we're building your deal decks. Here's the analogy that Sean, my co-founder, and really the developer of the tool, has been using a lot lately. And I'm going to switch the view here because there's addresses and names on the screen. Here's the analogy he's doing. When you use Lead Deck, the idea is this. You're essentially playing cards. You're playing Go Fish. And all you're trying to do is match up ready, willing, and able buyer with ready, willing, and able seller. And that seller might be on market. It might be off market. It doesn't really matter. I've got somebody who's ready, willing, and able to make an offer. And all I'm trying to do is pair them up with the seller. I'm playing Go Fish. The simplest, most rudimentary card game known to man. Now, you can make it more complicated if you want, but I'm telling you, it really is as simple as that. After you create your free account, you are taken right into your deal deck, and you've got potentially distressed, motivated sellers, and you've also got the cash buyers to match them up with immediately. And all you have to do is, from your phone, you can tap to call, you can tap to email, you can tap to text. It's as simple as that. What do you say? Well, you can go back earlier this week, Monday's live stream. I spent the last 35 minutes or so of the live stream calling, texting, and emailing the active investors for an off-market deal that my oldest son, who is coming home from University of Louisville on Monday, my oldest son found the motivated seller. I also did outreach to an off-market deal that came from a long-form text-only post on Nextdoor. I've told that story a couple of times this week. Now, I could leave it here and just let you all go ahead and get to work. And for those of you that actually do the work, by noon Eastern, you could be potentially making offers and doing deals. But some of you here want to do some extra due diligence before you get to work. Maybe some of you would like some clarity around what areas in my market are there more activity? Where is there more treasure to be found, using my treasure map analogy? So I'm going to show you how you can do some of that due diligence and break down the numbers using the tool here for free. For free. Go to leaddeck.ai, create your free account. You're going to immediately get these 20 gifted leads, 2 different deal decks, buyer and seller. All we're trying to do is play Go Fish. We're matching them up. That's all we're trying to do here. But if you want to do some more research, some more, get some more market intel, here's how you might do that. Spencer, you're always game. Look at that. Spencer, you gave me a zip code. You gave me a zip code. Beautiful. George, what is the app for the phone? You just go to your web browser. Just go to your web browser and type in Lead Deck. And it's not truly an app, meaning like we don't have an actual app yet, but it's a web app. It functions wonderfully right on your phone. So just log in from your phone. And after I show some of this research, I will demonstrate how quickly and easy you can tap to call, tap to text, etc. But Spencer, thank you. I'm not going to put it up on the screen, but thank you. You gave me a zip code that we can do some research. So we're going to start with Spencer's zip code. I'm going to go back to sharing my screen. 72762. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go new buyer target, and I'm going to say 72762. Spencer, you're in Arkansas. With the free account, the only buyer type you get access to is the cash buyers. Now, I will tell you that those, in my experience, in the majority of cases, are the best ones. At least the best ones to start with. Unless or until you have a reason to be reaching out more strategically, like to multifamily investors, if you like multifamily or you have a multifamily deal. Or maybe you have some vacant land that you're looking to sell. You could pull that list. Or maybe you have a deal that would be a great turnkey rental. But for now, here's what we're going to do. I put in the zip code, and all I'm going to do is check the lead count. How many active cash buyers are there in this specific zip code for Spencer. There are 13. There are 13. Now, if you want to get really, you really want to get into the research and into the weeds here, you can go and create a Google sheet. And I could go here and I could put in, I'm going to put in 72762. I think that was the zip code. And I'm going to say cash buyers 13. 13. Okay, so there are 13 cash buyers who own at least 5 properties and have purchased at least one in the last 3 years for cash. Now, it might not have, I'm not saying that they brought a briefcase full of cash to purchase a property. What that means is there isn't a traditional mortgage or financing on the property. They might have had a private money lender or a private money investor, a partner, whatever. These are really good people to talk to. So now I have an idea for this zip code. I'm going to go back over here. We're going to do new seller target. New seller target. And with the free account, you get access to the grade 8. That's tired landlords, inherited, in-state absentee, senior owner, vacant, out-of-state absentee, tax default, involuntary leads. That's the grade 8. You also get pre-foreclosure. To get the premium filtering, where we can stack these filters on top of each other, you do have to have a pro or power account. And depending on how much time we have this morning, I'll log into my account that is on the power plan and show you what that looks like. But for now, let's type in this same zip code. And let's see how many vacant properties are there in that zip code right now. So I choose vacant, check lead count, 43. I'm going to go over to my spreadsheet. Vacant, 43. Beautiful. Let's go tax default. How many are delinquent on their taxes? 203. We are getting some good things here, Spencer. I'm thinking there's some opportunity here for you. Let's look at involuntary lien. 467. Holy simoleons. Involuntary liens can be all types of different liens. They can be HOA, mechanics liens, other types of liens. They're generally speaking not mortgages or not like a first position mortgage. Let's do absentee out of state. How many absentee out of state? Out of state absentee, 94. Oh, out of state. 94. I don't know. I kind of want to do some deals in Springdale, Arkansas. Jeez Louise, this is screaming opportunity. How many inherited properties are there? 39. Let's do one more. We'll do tired landlords. Tired landlords. So we'll go and check that. There it is. Actually, we'll do 2 more. Tired landlords, 281. Golly. And then the last one, we'll just do all pre-foreclosure. We'll do all pre-foreclosure. Only 4 of those. I don't really like the pre-foreclosure target anyway, if I'm being honest. There's way more opportunity in other buckets. This is, to me, this is screaming opportunity. Because all Spencer needs is a couple of these guys or gals. He needs to connect with a few of those folks, build some rapport and relationship, understand their buy box, and then get to work playing Go Fish. And all he's trying to do is match up the motivated sellers with the active, ready, willing, and able buyers in the market. Now, if he wanted to, if I remember correctly, isn't there another zip code? in Springdale. Look at that. Okay. So there's another Springdale zip code. Let's just, for comparison's sake, let's check. Let's do that work as well. So there are 14 pre-foreclosure. Honestly, like in my opinion, this work is unnecessary. If you literally just go create an account and start calling the people that show up, in your immediate 2 deal decks, you're going to be off to the races. And we may never hear from you again. I mean, we'll hear from you when you need help or clarity or, not sure about scripting or structuring offers and deals and things like that. But you get the idea. Absentee, out of state. 127. I mean, golly, Spencer. This is screaming opportunity. You could do a deal, a business day if you wanted. I mean, this is just bananas. 40 inherited. Did I already do that one? I did. Involuntary lien. Let's do involuntary lien. 470. That was almost the same. So these zip codes seem very similar. Tax default. So one of the clarifying questions that you would want to have with your buyers is, do you only buy in this zip code, or are you open to anywhere in Springdale? What are the other ones here? What did I not do? Vacant. 34. And then lastly, let's look at, and we'll just do 72764. Lastly, cash buyers. So I'm going to go back to my dashboard, new buyer target. It's the cash buyer, 72764. 29. To me, I'd rather have more, and I'd probably start with the 72764 because there's more active cash buyers. But I don't think you could go wrong with either of these, Spencer. And what I'm trying to do, my goal here was to demonstrate how quickly and easily you can find where there is treasure hiding in your market. Now, let me demonstrate some other functionality with the app. My hat is driving me crazy. Some other opportunity with the app, that some other functions that are pretty freaking cool. Okay. To do that. And Spencer, I see your notes here. I'm not going to continue. I think everybody gets the point of what I just did, right? And if you want to continue to look up in Bentonville and things of that nature, I would certainly, encourage you to do that. But what I want to do now is demonstrate some of the additional functionality that really takes this thing to another level. So I'm going to go back to Lead Deck, and I'm going to log out. I'm going to sign into my account that has the power plan with it. I'm going to log in, and it's this one. First and foremost, I can now, with the Pro or the Power, I can pull all of these different buyer types, which may or may not be important for you. Once again, to be completely transparent and honest, you can get started with the free account and the 2 deal decks around whatever zip code you choose when you create your free account at leaddeck.ai. But for those of you that have maybe these other use cases, you can see the active landlord buyers, fix and flippers, the multifamily investors, and the vacant land buyers. And you could build this out even more robustly. So let's say 72764. Let's see how many fix and flippers there are. 72764. There are 42 versus 762. There are 21. So there were literally 20, or a double the amount of fix and flippers. Even more evidence that I might want to focus on that 6-4 target market. Now, let me show you a couple of other really cool things that you get access to with the Pro and Power plans. One of them specifically with the Power plan. Let's go to, I'm going to pull up this deal deck. And let's see here. Who do I want to do this match with? I'm gonna pull up Linda here. I'm gonna view Linda. Now, first off, look at all of this intel. Look at all of this intel that I get immediately when I run the deal and pull this up. So I'm gonna actually watch this. I'm gonna pivot to my phone. I'm going to log in. Oh, I'm logged into my Pro account. So watch how easily and quickly I can reach out. I tap my deal deck. Whoop. I tap my deal deck. I'm finding the cash buyers, and I need to find, it was Linda that I was trying to bring up here. So I find Linda right here, okay? I'm going to tap the text, and look at that. That text message is pre-populated. Now I can change the text that's pre-populated in my profile, but I literally just tap and then tap again, and away we go. I can do the same with email. Right here. And then I tap and I send it. I can also tap to call. Let's see if Linda will answer. In a minute, I'm going to show you the matchmaker thing. And I think it's going to blow your mind if you haven't seen it and how that works. Stick with me. Almost there. Yeah, hey, I was trying to reach Linda. Looks like she is a pretty active investor in the Harrisburg area, specifically 17110. We have an off-market deal that could be a good one for the right investor. And so I am just wondering if you're looking for any deals right now or know of anyone who might be. I did also shoot you a text. If you're interested, let me know. And if you could actually let me know either way, that would be great. Thanks so much. Have a great weekend. Super easy to text to tap to text and email. And there's actually, in this one, there are multiple emails. This one's a blue text, so that may be more likely to be the right one. There's even another cell phone number. Okay, now that's cool. That makes it easy. Watch this. I'm in her deal deck. I can see the properties. This is the last property she bought. I can see her portfolio. I can see lots of really cool stuff. See this in here, this matchmaker? I can click this button and run, and the tool using AI is going and finding 3 on-market properties that appear to fit her buy box based upon her portfolio and matching criteria. Instantly. Look at these. That's on market. Watch this. I can do the same off market. I'm just going to do 3. Then I can go and open this. and I can reach out. This is an out-of-state owner, and it is vacant. Well, I mean, why would we not reach out to this one? So watch, I'm going to refresh here. I'm going back to my phone because it's just easier to tap and text and call. So I've got a number here. I can tap, and look at that. I can tap and immediately text. I can call. While the phone's ringing, it's a great time to go and create your free account at leaddeck.ai. I can see the mailing address. I can see. Yeah, hi. Is it Yanio? Yanio? Do I have the wrong number, or I'm pronouncing it wrong? Okay, my apologies. All right, take care. It wasn't him, but he was all good with it, and that will happen sometimes. But what I can also do is tap to email, and there are 3 potential emails. So I'm going to tap to email all of them, because why not? Email is absolutely free. And while I was talking, I tapped to call, tapped to email all of them. Now, that was just one of the deals that came up with the matchmaker. Let's see what else we can find. What does this one look like? This is high equity, tax default, and is owner occupied, and is has previously had a foreclosure notice of sale. I mean, this is crazy. Like, come on, Sean, you've created something incredible here. This one says vacant, low equity, owner occupied, and Sicily. So why not reach out? Why not reach out? Let's go ahead and reach out. So, and I'm going to wrap on this because I do have a busy day, and then also my daughter text. Oh, I forgot my Invisalign, so I got to take those to her school. Okay, so I'm going to tap to text. Boom. I'm going to tap to email. Now, these emails don't seem to be matching, which will happen sometimes. The emails don't seem to match the name. The emails seem to be a Richard Small. The name is Cicely Thomas. In those instances, what you can do is you can, oh, it's already enhanced. So that's the enhanced data. Well, you know what? I'm just going to give it a crack. You never know. You never know. So I've got 3 emails. There we go. And away they went. It really is that easy. And it goes back to what I said at the beginning. The real estate business, building your real estate business, doing more deals is so much easier if you focus your time and energy on talking to people that actually want and need to talk to you, because your reluctance to do the work will go down. In other words, you will have less resistance to do the work. And I mean, you saw how easily you can just be tapping and making things happen. Number 2, you will get more reps faster. In other words, you will create more opportunities to be more effective and efficient in a faster loop. Because of that, your competence will go up. In other words, your skills will improve, which means you will be more confident, which means this wonderful positive feedback loop. And the people in our business that most readily and most obviously want and need to talk to you are the active investors who are always looking for a deal, and the motivated sellers that have either already raised their hand and are actively looking to sell their property, or there is some level of distress that means they will need to in the very near future. Everybody, there are so many gurus out there making this harder than it needs to be and sending you down these rabbit holes of all of this, create long form content, create short form content, create this, that, and the other thing. The problem with all of that is you don't have direct control over the motivation of when your business is focused on retail buyers and sellers, you don't control your demand gen. You don't have control over their motivation and timing. When you talk to the active cash buyer investors, fix and flip investors, and the like in your market, they are almost always looking for a deal. And then all you got to do is go find them a deal. On market, off market, you're just playing go fish. I've got this card in my hand. I'm trying to match it with this card. And voila. Voila. V-O-I-L-A. I think is how you spell voila. Create your free account, leaddeck.ai, leaddeck.ai. We're hosting another free workshop this coming Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. My 3-step blueprint to find and acquire clients fast and be writing offers in 48 hours or less. You can register for that at onedealaweek.com, onedealaweek.com. Viola, Frank Viola, Spencer? I think you've misspelled it. That's Frank Viola, former left-handed pitcher for the Minnesota Twins that for whatever reason, just in extremely random information, this story makes me laugh. Oh my goodness. This will be amusing to no one but myself, but I'm going to share it anyway. Frank Viola, he might have won a Cy Young. Crafty lefty for the Minnesota Twins, and I think he pitched for the Mets and so forth. Years ago, he was the pitching coach for the minor league team in our area, the Harrisburg Senators. And I was at a game with my boys, and my younger son, Cole, who doesn't really like baseball, for whatever reason, he had a racquetball with him. He brought a racquetball to the game because he just was like, I don't know, he would squeeze it, bounce it, whatever. He's very tactile. And he had Frank Viola sign his racquetball. I was like, I said to Frank, I don't know him, but I was like, this has to be the weirdest thing you've ever signed, is it not? And he was like, yeah, kind of. Anyway, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I amuse myself. Frank Viola. Spencer, thank you for being a good sport and participating here. George, excited that you're part of the Founders Club. And I would urge you all to check it out. Leaddeck.ai. You don't have to do the research part that I shared here, but there is value in that. For most of you, if you just go create your account and you start reaching out to the 2 decks that'll be in there waiting for you, the buyer deck and the seller deck, you'll be pleasantly surprised how quickly you will be making offers and writing contracts. How do I know? Because I'm a walking billboard for it. As of yesterday, since September 26th, I have 18 closed transactions, 7 new listings taken, and 6 more in escrow. And I'm not, all I'm doing is what I shared on here, focusing on talking to people that actually want and need my help and want and need to talk to me. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. If you need help, please reach out. You can call or text me, 717-571-0456. You can DM me, or just go to leaddeck.ai, create your free account, kick the tires. And if you want the full blueprint of how we're making this happen, register for the free class on Tuesday at onedealaweek.com.